Hello, welcome to another Centurions video. I'm Steve, and today we're going to do a work in progress of Commander Gree. What's that? I've already made a Commander Gree. Well, this one is for the competition winner. And a lot has evolved since last time I did Commander Gree. He was my first custom, and I just mixed his paints on a bit of paper, and away I went. I used that sort of Fimo stuff that you bake in there for this. For his bandolier, so I have advanced quite a bit really since creating him. So the competition winner will definitely get an excelled version of Commander Gree. So I've got my paints ready to be mixed up. I've got milliput over here, and also I've got the original fabric that I used for Commander Gree, which is just a normal elastic, but I had to cut it in half, and I thought this went missing and I couldn't find it. So I've actually nicked off a notepad a bit of elastic, you know, the ones that sort of bind it to keep it together. So I'm wondering, and it feels more robust than the other one as well, that this would be an ideal size for his bandolier. And that's exactly what I used there. I used a bit of elastic around his torso part, and then I just added the extra bits to it, but this time I'm going to create it in milliput, as it's got to go all the way to the other side of the world, which is great. So I'm just going to go and mix his paints, and off we go. Okay, so first things first, we just break down the figure. Head. Torso. Belt and legs. So I didn't know how you could do this at the beginning, so as you notice on the first kind of Gree, I had a bit of a mishap around here. It's a bit weird because on some of the references his old ab area is green, and there's some on the figure it's like these little wish bits that go up here. They are green as well. So, but now I can actually get into there where I can actually separate the figure. I'll be able to get on this one, on the new one, and actually do the nice sort of like rainbow look. Okay, so my paints are all mixed up. So we'll be using flat green, which is XF5. And also just standard green of XF5. Mixed together, and the first one we do is thigh armour. Okay, so done one layer over there. Not very happy with these brush strokes, but once I get a second coat on there, they'll start to vanish. So now I'm just going to do the little Y bit in the middle of his torso, or abs area. Okay, so this is his legs done. Once that bit dries here, I'll just have a little play of a cocktail stick just to bring those bits in, just to give it a little bit of a weave on there. But his legs have just had a second coat as well, and they're looking better. So we just put him down to dry, and then the next thing I'll do is on his torso, and I'll quickly just fill in his elbows. Okay, so I just painted his elbows, and just waiting for those to dry. So while they're drying, not to touch the rest of his torso, just going to start on the helmet. And Gree's quite a simple guy. His cheeks are green inside, just in here, and also this back plate here is green, which I'll just show on the figure here. And he's just got a simple sort of round design at the top, and down into a peak. So off we go. Okay, so I just finished off the helmet. It's only a rough guide around it. I'm going to go over it with a cocktail stick to get the detail out and sort of make it more even. In the meantime, while that's drying, just taped up the shoulder pads of the torso. So we're just going to paint those green and go for it. Okay, so just taking off the masking tape, and it's bled underneath a little bit. But I'm not too worried about that. It's still a little bit tacky, so I'm not going to touch it. But while it's just drying, I'm just going to do the arm part here, which basically just goes just down a little bit, and it's a T, and it goes all the way around his bicep. So I'll crack on with that. Okay, so while these bits are drying, it's just his arms and all that at the moment, and we've just got to do the stripe on his torso. So in the meantime, the helmet's dry, and I'm just going to sort of go over the edges and the details and just get it more straight. Okay, so this is the next phase. So I've done his line on his chest, and I've gone through now and sort of just tidied him all up all over, and also done his sort of thermal grenade on the back of his belt, and Gree's one is metallic. So that's that bit done. I've already got a spare gun for his holster, and currently at the moment I've painted the holster, and that's just drying. So while that's drying out, just going to need to start his bandolier. So it's just a simple getting this kind of elastic, and now I'm just going to put it around him, just measure it up, and then cut the shape. You don't want to do it too tight because you want to keep it a little bit loose, just for the fact that you can take his head off, but you just need to put it over his arm still. And it goes back on. So I think that there will just do it just nicely. I'm just going to cut it just there, and then I'm just going to use the 2 glues just to glue it in place, which are these, and in a sec. Okay, so this is just his bandolier up close before I put any milliput on there for detailing. So it's stuck now on there, and it just fits him just nicely. And this is just the elastic that I got off a notepad, just on there. So yeah, done quite well. Because the other elastic that I got is just too thick, and you would have to cut it in half. So which is 10 times better. So when I update my Gree, I'll be using the rest of this one off. So right, now I just got to get the milliput together and add the detailing. Okay, so just put some milliput on top of the bandolier. So it's just a case of getting part of this tube part here, and then putting them equal amounts together. Just creating a little thing like this, and then what I just did was just roll it up to a desired length that I wanted, and then I just laid it on top of the bandolier, and I just pushed it down to make it to the width of the actual elastic. So it's just a basic look around on there now, and now I'm just going to neaten it up and put a bit of texture in there. Then obviously it's a case of waiting 4 hours for it to set, but hopefully with that we should be alright. Okay, so the milli put is all dried, and this fits on his bandolier just very nicely now. So it feels sort of robust. I've left a little bit up here, so it's got enough for movement, and down here. So hopefully it shouldn't snap. I mean, without really pushing it, it shouldn't snap anyway. But yeah, it looks alright. So, and I've just laid over the elastic material just to get a bit of scraping in there, and once I've gone over there with the black, hopefully it should all just blend in nicely and look a little bit worn, torn and battle damaged. And yeah, so I'm just going to paint that now and go from there. Okay, so here he is. I've painted all his bandolier. I've added on these little extra badge bit on the top, on his top of his bandolier. It's kind of like more of like a clip or something like that. So I just made a small little thing out of resin, well, milliput, and painted it silver and put those on there. Just using the epoxy glue that comes in two forms, which is you've seen on plenty of my customs. I've done that and attached on his holster. So he's pretty much done. So all I've got to do now is weather him up and send him to his new home. So off we go. So with Gree, I always just think he's on a sort of like a muddy, sandy planet. So I'm just going to use mud and the sand kit on there, and I will use a little bit of the soot as well from the other Tamira kit, just to sort of darken up those little darker areas where the sand can't get to that sort of colour. So just got to find a little brush somewhere around, and off we go. Well, here he is, all weathered up and ready for action. So now he's off to his new owner. So all I've got to do is pack him up, cover him up in bubble wrap, box him up and ship him off. So just a quick one looks over him just before he goes on his final destination. So I've used a lot more sort of black on this one, and I used the mud and everything like that just to bring up that kind of sort of details just around these areas. You know, it's just enough on there not to sort of break away from the character, not to break away from the white underneath and all that, but it's just enough dirt on there just to sort of stain him and just to make him look like he's in the middle of action. If he stands, there he is. And also he's got his gun and he's got his holster, so he's all ready to go. And I've weathered up his guns as well, a little bit of dry brushing on it, and yeah, hopefully you'll be very happy with him. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much. Just see how this one goes, and you never know, I may do another competition down the line. And you can comment down below, follow me on Instagram and all the other stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.